Hey, good evening. Welcome to Jones Underground YouTube once again.
Yeah, we back. We back again.
I'm Mighty O0221 and
He's saying this as if we're on the podcast, and we're not. But I'm chill, y'all.
well,
But anyway, we're gonna jump in and first say it's been a minute. We missed you. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to.
well, first I just want to say
No, I want to take this time and say happy birthday to the king of this house. Here he is, right here in the flesh, Mario.
Thank you for everybody.
Speech.
Thank you for everybody and the happy birthday wishes. Yeah, I'm getting old. And when you get old,
say it again.
These birthdays, they don't be so special. I ain't that type to turn up. I'm one of those to turn down to stay in the house.
You're right.
But thank you to my kids and my family, and of course, wifey here.
I do what I can for the people.
You know, taking care of me for my birthday. And my sister just dropped by. Thanks, Shantae, for
thank you
stopping by with my cards and the gift. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it. And we'll
okay.
get to some use,
so a topic came in. We want to go ahead and jump in it because we don't have too much time. But before we do, he told me not to go into it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's my life and I can do it. So y'all, we bought an air fryer, right? Okay, so look, we bought this air fryer and I was so excited, like, oh my God, it's an air fryer! Yes, wings. We're gonna really be able to eat healthier. Since we bought it, I've tried to cook in that air fryer twice and failed each time. I just don't know what it is. I put potatoes in. I don't know why he's looking at me like that.
Yeah, because when
I put potatoes in, and it gave me the whole recipe. Put it in for this amount of time. It told me how many potatoes you could put in. It told me how they needed to be put. I followed everything it said, and I still could not get the food cooked. The potatoes didn't even cook. They burned on the outside, but they didn't cook the potato. Like, what is going on?
My 19-year-old daughter's gonna come home. She's been cooking on it all weekend with no problem. So I ain't even had a chance to even look at it.
But she's not cooking. She's not cooking actual like fresh meal, like a fresh meal. She's putting fish sticks in there and it's cooking it. And fish sticks can cook because it's like a heater. But what I'm saying is, it's supposed to be able to bake a cake. Man. It's supposed to be able to bake some chicken. It's supposed to, all of this stuff I've done.
You look. Y'all need to quit putting all this on this air fryer. Plain and simple, y'all putting too much on the air fryer.
I've seen everything I
could.
could.
Bake a cake and all, man.
I've tried everything.
And I told her, hey, man.
All I know how to do is traditional cooking.
Man.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I try to get in with these gadgets, and
I'm gonna get it situated.
It's really difficult for me because I'm so used to being old fashioned. Put it in the oven, turn the oven, set your timers, and I cook very well that way. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm going to try this thing again, hopefully with him, and we'll see what happens. So, but let's get into the topic because he didn't want me to go into that anyway because he doesn't care about them.
Because I'm going to go in there and it's going to work. Why?
But the topic.
So we had a topic. Someone in the social media hit us up with the men and they don't have the ability to commit, saying damaged men don't have the ability to commit.
That was the statement. The statement based off of the video was that damaged men do not have the ability to commit. What are your thoughts?
So the take I have originally on it is, number one, if you live long enough you're going to experience some form of damage. And I just mean, like, not that, oh, somebody said they didn't like me, but you're going to be in a bad relationship. You're going to be in a bad situation where some stuff is going to happen to you.
Look at the damage.
Or you just be in a situation where you could be in a good relationship and stuff. Bad happens in a good relationship. So
Yeah.
eventually you're going to be to that point. But when you get in your 30s and 40s and you single, you going to have some baggage. That's just the situation. And me at 42, if I'm dating somebody and they in their 40s, they gonna have seen some stuff, been through some things, and I'm gonna have a little bit of baggage to deal with.
Right.
It just comes with the age of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as damaged men not committing, we live in an age where, once again, there are like 5 good women to every 1 good man out here. So men don't feel like they need to commit. You know, I mean, if a dude can hang in a marriage or hang in a relationship for 5 or 6 years, not get married, and they living in the same house, they sleeping together in the same bed, a dude would probably wonder, what's the point of getting married? Other than being on somebody's insurance or being covered on somebody's tax return, or you know, you got a family and y'all done had kids, but it's just to the point where it's not that damaged men don't feel like they need to commit. A regular man in the age that we live in now, where it's so many women out here, so many single women out here to every 1 single man, yeah, it's going to be an issue finding one that's like, I love you and I want to commit and go full bore with the situation.
So basically what you're saying is that their state of being damaged has nothing to do with their level of commitment.
No. Because you got to look at the options. If you are a single man and you working a decent job and you got your own stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you trying to find it's 5 women that matches that to every dude, because when you in your 30s and 40s,
Mm-hmm.
these dudes have been in and out of prison. Sometimes they may stay with a family member. They may be paying child support. They may be going through some stuff. And the issue that you always have is, number 1, finding somebody that's going through that you can deal with. And then 2, what options this other guy has. You know, it's not just that, oh, this guy damaged and something must be wrong with him if he can't commit. It's just to that point where it's so many women out here to every 1 man.
Yeah, well, I agree. I agree with that. I personally think that they are separate. I don't think that a man being damaged is what decides or constitutes that man's commitment level. I think that there are plenty of men that are out here that have been damaged, you know, by some situation or a person or whatever, and they still find the courage to be able to love outside of that damage. I don't think that I think that it's important that they begin to work out that damaged area. I don't think it's good and it's healthy to go into, I don't think it's good to go too long in marriages without having unpacked your baggage with that person and said, hey, this is the ugly truth of it all. And it still hurts and I want to get over this. I think that's a smart thing to do. But to say that man won't commit because he has the damage, I think that's wrong. I don't think that's accurate.
But being honest,
and
who was this, a man or a woman that sent this in?
Why does that matter?
I'm just asking.
I don't feel like I should tell you because I feel like your next thing is gonna be sexist.
No, but I'm just saying, like, first,
give me what you was gonna say.
No, but
if it had been a female,
if it had been a woman saying this, is kind of like, because a lot of women are having issues with the commitment situation. But my whole thing is this: if you have baggage or you going through a good amount of hurt, whether you a man or woman, don't matter. You really don't. You may need to take that time off for yourself anyway. If it's
unmanageable, I would say if it's the type of damage that is causing you to backpedal, to go backwards, to you are, instead of progressing, you are digressing. You know, if you're not moving forward because of this damage, then yeah, you probably don't want to make any major commitments. You don't want to make any major decisions. You want to take some time and sit this one. You know, like they say in the game, sit this one out, man. Sit this one out. I think you want to sit it out. But I will say that it was a female that sent this in. Now, I will say, based on the fact that their commitment and questions of commitment and questions of loyalty is at an all-time high right now. It is higher than I've seen in years, because I think, you know, also with the, you know, pandemic taking place, a lot of things that were in secret are now in the light. A lot of things that were hidden are now exposed. And I think that you're seeing it in one way, you're seeing a lot of that being exposed to women. But then at the same time, you know, women tend to reproduce this thought process in other women. You know, we have these conversations all the time. Oh man, these men out here are this, or these men out here are that, or he just can't. What do we say to females when the man leaves him, or when the man leaves her? What do we say to console them? Oh, it's just because he just can't commit. Right. He's got problems. He can't commit. And the truth of the matter is we reinforce these mindsets. So we begin to think that that is the case. And that might not be the case, because a lot of times, shoot, I'll put my business out there. I was in a relationship with somebody, and all I wanted was for him to commit. And then literally right after we broke up because he cheated, he turned right around and 9 months later, got married. So a lot of times we tend to think, oh, it's because he doesn't commit. He can't commit. But sometimes it's not even that. It's not a you thing. And I think sometimes we personalize it. Like, oh, it was me, or he can't commit because of me, or, you know, sometimes it's not even that. It could be just that this man has evolved. This man has finally come to the knowledge of, this is what I want, or this is where I want to be, damage and all. This is the type of woman that can help me through this, and it may not be you.
Well, number one, I'm going to say that not every man is your man, even when they're in a relationship with you. He may not be committed because deep down, y'all not really on that level.
Ouch.
And then,
wait a minute.
Hold up. And then,
you just said that is really painful.
No, hold up. But then hold up. Observation of relationship rule number 11, I call it. Hurt people. When you dealing with somebody that's been hurt in a relationship and they didn't gone through the war and they getting out of that situation, and you the first thing they didn't been with since they been with this person that hurt them, and he, you know, this dude could be dealing with a whole lot of issues and everything else. And we talk about this dude, man, I know a lot of men right now that are dealing with women that have been abused or been in relationships where they've been cheated on and a whole bunch of other stuff. And they are going through it because it's like, man, every time this dude phone ring and is, who was that? You know, and I want to see what you've been looking at, or give me your phone, or where, you know, he come home too late and is she tracking him down, or if he at work, who you working with? You know, I just know at the end of the day, hurt people, when we talk about damage, it goes both ways. I know we're talking about but it's two.
But wait a minute, it's a two-way street. That is true, but not in all cases. It's not that hurt people are hurting people. In some cases, accountability means you make a choice that this is something you want to do, and you do it. Because a lot of times people want to chalk their inconsistencies and their mistakes upon the fact that if you're damaged or if you're hurt, because you're still hurt and damaged in the area, that gave you so much of a license to be able to hurt someone else. And that's how people have that mindset. But the truth of the matter is I don't care if you've been damaged. I don't care if you've been hurt. I don't care if you've been drugged through the mud with a string around 1 foot. and it just destroyed you. If you decide to hurt or destroy someone else, it is by choice. It's not because the hurtness in you drove you to hurt someone else. You're hurting somebody else because you make a choice. You know what? This is what I want to do. I know it can hurt them, but this is something I want to do.
No, but some people have triggers. Some people react to certain things a certain kind of way.
But even after you're triggered, you have people don't want to admit that they have a right to choice. And I feel that even after you're triggered, you can choose to let the trigger affect you, or you can choose to ignore that trigger and be like, okay, you know what? I know this is a trigger, but I'm gonna dismiss it. And a lot of times people don't dismiss it, but they want people to just believe that, oh, the trigger made me do it. No, you chose it.
No, but the person is saying this, obviously, is speaking from something personal, because when we look on our social media, everybody's getting married. Everybody's being proposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Every week we look up and there's a proposal video. And so, you know, I can sit here and we can go into the deeply embedded, you know, can of worms we can pop open on that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, maybe this is not the right guy for you.
Maybe not.
You know, because the issue is, if he's not committing, you just got to have enough faith that you can let this one go and find you another one.
And not just faith, have enough courage to say, it's okay. This is just one person, and it does not mean it's the end for you. So have enough courage to be able to say, you know what, I'll be good. You know? So that was a really good question, a really good send. And again, you all send us as much as questions, topics that you all have. We love talking about it. We talk about this stuff on our own, you know, so we're not always agreeing on a lot of things, but they're great topics, and I think it's good to just keep talking about it.
And then once again, just keep sending us comments. We try to reply back to them.
Right.
We're going to do another gift card giveaway. This time it'll be $20. We're going to up it. Ooh, $20
whole dollars. We're going to do Walmart?
No, we're going to do Amazon this time.
Okay, because everybody's doing Amazon.
Yeah.
Everybody,
So we do thank you guys. We will be on another podcast, and we'll
go
check
out the podcast.
We'll do a few more topics.
We'll talk a little more about the same thing, but it's been good. We missed you guys.
All right. Well, you guys have a great day. And once again, hit us up, like, comment,